Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. What is up? By request, those of you that wanted the hat and the glasses, here they are. By request. We're going to talk about a lot of things in this video. I've got a lot of cool photos to share with you guys involving sky phenomena. We're going to get to that in this video. And could what we're seeing in the skies be a bad omen, a sign of things to come? We'll talk about that in this video as well. Let's see what we got going on over here. All right, just kind of waiting on some people to get on board. And I've got a lot of things I want to share with you guys in this video, including several of what you see in this photo right here on the homepage of the website. Hold on. I'm not seeing anybody in the chat room. Hold on just a second. Wait just a second here, guys. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at the analytics. It didn't look like anybody's on. I'm not seeing anybody in the chat room. That's why I'm hesitant here. Like, what happened to the chat? Where did it go? Oh no! So we'll do the best we can. But I'm not liking no chat. Where's the chat at? Maybe it'll catch up. I hope it does. Hope you guys are having a great day. What I want to talk about in this video is what I mentioned in the title of this video. And a lot of you may have heard of the vortex, the giant vortex that's it's always above the earth in some capacity, but it's getting stronger. We're going to talk about what's going on with that in this video. Here recently, just in the last 12 hours, there have been two very strong solar flares, and we've also had one, and there may be more, but one for sure, sun-diving comet that we're going to take a look at here in just a moment. And here you can see the Earth-facing side of the sun. It is loaded and ready for action. Look at all the sunspots and active regions. This is the Earth-facing side of the sun that is producing these M-class solar flares. No X-class solar flares, at least not yet. Could they? Absolutely, they could. They're ready to go. Here's a look at the Schumann resonance, and I don't know, pretty quiet. I mean, it's been fairly active, but no major spikes in the last week. Some small ones, and those of you that are sensitive to the energy of the Schumann, you're well aware when the Schumann spikes and when it's flat. A lot of you people, unfortunately, I'm not seeing the chat right now. I don't know why. Why is there no chat? There is a new chat for some reason. I know you guys are typing, but I don't see it. And that's why I have this here. I have a monitor here that I keep specifically for that. And it's not there today. But looking at the mighty yellow supervolcano caldera, these are the seismographs that monitor the supervolcano at Yellowstone National Park. For the last several months, there's been activity up here at Mammoth Vault. I'm just going over some things that we normally go over in everyday videos. We always touch on Yellowstone. We always touch on the X-ray flux, the sun, and the Schumann resonance. So I want to touch on these real quick because I haven't touched on them in a couple of days. Seeing some the red vertical lines you see on these seismographs represent earthquake activity, and there's earthquake activity right now in Madison River. Hold on just a second, guys. Yeah, I just got a text from Sandy. How you doing, Sandy? Hope you're having a good day. Said the chat is up, and I'm sure you guys can see the chat is up. It's just that I can't see it. I don't know why. That's why when I first started doing live streams here a couple of weeks ago, sometimes the chat wouldn't show up for whatever reasons, and I have no idea why. The photo you see over here at the homepage of the website was sent in by Marie out of northern Italy. Check this out. Okay, this is all going to lead into the title and the thumbnail and everything we're talking about right now in this video. This came from the 45-degree north latitude in northern Italy, Albagnano, Italy, sent in by Marie, and that's this photo here of an incredible, I mean, absolutely amazing outbreak of polar stratospheric clouds. And again, the key word, well, two key words here, polar and stratospheric. Typically, the stratosphere doesn't even have clouds. But for some reason, these clouds this year, especially this week, have been highly active in the high latitudes of the Earth, and not just the highest latitudes of Earth, right here in northern Italy. And I'm sure not only in northern Italy, but other places as well in the region. Marie happened to see these in northern Italy. I'm sure they were visible in France. I just didn't get any pictures from France. I'm sure they were visible in obviously Germany, Austria. This was at the 45-degree north latitude. So anybody else in the 45-degree north latitude more than likely saw these as well. And maybe lower, I don't know. But again, the key word here involving these, they're called the most beautiful clouds in the world, and they are right now, polar stratospheric. They're normally only seen in the polar regions of Earth, not down here in the 45-degree latitude. And stratosphere, number two, again, no clouds in the stratosphere. So what is going on? And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. One of the things that we're going to talk about in this video. And I also have some really cool footage. In fact, I'll share one with you guys right now. What's going on with this chat over here? I don't see anybody chatting. I don't know why the chat isn't visible. So weird. There we go. Got her cranking up now. Yay, there's the chat room. What's going on, guys? Now I can see you. Yay. Got the chat on. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna be hollering at you guys in the chat. Um, just a click of a simple button. That's all. I want to show you guys a fireball, meteor, bolide, whatever you want to call it. However you like to refer to these things. Bolide is just a name for a very bright, large meteor. It's a meteor before it enters the atmosphere. It's a meteorite after it enters the atmosphere. It's kind of like magma and lava. It's magma when it's under the surface of the Earth. It becomes lava when it exits the surface, the crust of the Earth. Same thing, like this here. Same thing. It was a meteor when it was floating around outside the atmosphere. It all of a sudden became a meteorite right here when it entered the skies above Herzog, over in Eastern Europe, Bosnia Herzegovina. Emma Okanbach sent this in from December 19th of 2023, just a few nights ago. Looked up and saw this in the nighttime sky. And that is not Starlink. That is some sort of, it's either one of two things. It's either space debris. This is in very slow motion right here. It was kind of colorful. So it could have been space debris, could have been a meteorite as it entered the atmosphere. Not necessarily the biggest one ever, but decent enough to be seen in the nighttime sky. And it was kind of a slow mover. Typically, meteors that enter the atmosphere and become meteorites, sometimes it'll be a bigger meteor, hits the atmosphere, breaks up into smaller meteorites. They can be anywhere from the size of a refrigerator, washing machine, all the way up to the size of buildings and even bigger. This one here, by comparison, if it was a meteor, probably not much bigger than a basketball. You know, it wasn't very big. but it was enough to be seen. Once again, sent in by Emma from December 19th of 2023, just a few days ago. Thank you, Emma. Really appreciate that. Something else I wanted to share with you guys are the Soho Lasco C2 and 3. These are showing a new, this is like the third one this week that we've seen. Watch over here on the lower left-hand side. I'm going to zoom in on the 23rd and 24th. And Nelson Jenks, notice this on the Soho Lasco C2 right there. Sundiver going home. That is a comet going home. Yes, it's returning to where it came from. Watch over here in the lower left-hand corner. This is the wide field of view. That was C2. This is the wide field of view. The C2 is the close field of view. You can see it right there. Diving towards the sun, it was probably, I don't know, disintegrated before it came in contact with the sun. But every once in a while, you'll see those things, and they come from, what was that thing there? Every once in a while you get a glimpse of some weird stuff on here, but you only get on this particular spacecraft. This is a spacecraft that monitors the sun, and we only get to see 5 frames per minute. So 1 frame every 12 seconds. So we're trying to make sense of, 1 frame every 12 seconds. And Mercury went right through here. Mercury is still in retrograde, by the way. How are you guys experiencing the Mercury retrograde? Everybody doing good? Cool. That's what we like to hear. Okay, but where did that comet come from? It came from the Oort cloud, or some people say that these comets come from the Kuiper belt. The Kuiper belt and the Oort cloud, what are they? It's an area of ice that surrounds our entire solar system. Not the Kuiper belt. The Kuiper belt is what you see right here. It's just beyond Neptune, so I guess you could say maybe it does encapsulate most of the solar system, but there it is. It's a debris field of ice, right? Okay. This is also a giant debris field of ice that encapsulates the whole solar system, 360 degrees. Every once in a while, these things will get dislodged from their position around the solar system, especially the Oort cloud and the Kuiper belt, and they go towards the sun. Ask yourself this. Ask yourself why. Why, of all the places they would go, why would they, and other comets as well, like this one here that we're about to see that is coming towards the inner solar system. I've been following it for days, and you guys know that we are keeping a very close eye on this guy right here. Why do these comets, not only the ones that we just saw, but this one here, that's pretty good size, it's about the size of Houston, Texas, why does it want to dive towards the sun? And more than likely, based off of its orbit, it's a Kuiper belt object, this area here. That's probably where this comet comes from. And there's literally millions of them out there of all different shapes and sizes. This one here just happens to be some sort of a volcanic comet that's going to join us on this day. We're 105 days away from the total solar eclipse of the sun on April 8th of 2024. This comet right here is going to join us, Comet 12P Pons Brooks. Man, it's a day closer. We're 105 days away from the eclipse, and that is when this comet's going to be visible from the Earth. It's going to be visible in the daytime sky next to the sun during the total eclipse. Can't make this stuff up. It just does not get any more fascinating than that, other than these fascinating clouds that people are seeing in the skies. And I've gotten a lot of pictures. I want to share these pictures with you guys, and I will here in just a moment. But I wanted to talk about this situation that's currently underway right now. And it looks like an anomaly on the globe, but it's always there. It just depends on how strong it may be. And it's the polar vortex. And I think you guys probably saw it right here, understanding the polar vortex. And that's what's causing all of these colorful clouds is the polar vortex. Yeah, that's what's causing people to see these down at the 45-degree north latitude. That just doesn't happen. It's rare. It's super rare. And it's because there's something going on with the polar vortex. And I want to talk about that right here. The polar vortex is usually, especially in the wintertime, it can be in one of two ways. It can be, and it's always influenced by the jet stream. Now that we're entering El Nino, the polar vortex is strengthening and the cold air is at record levels right now. Record levels. I mean, it is unbelievably cold at the top of the earth, but yet we're experiencing all this warming down on the surface of the earth. Try to wrap your mind around that. I mean, it's negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit up in the polar vortex. It's probably colder than that. But here's what's happening right now with the polar vortex. It's strengthening, and the intense record-setting cold temperatures are creating these beautiful cloud colors that we're seeing in the sky, and you're going to see a lot more of them here in just a moment. Or some years, especially during La Nina, when the jet stream changes, it can kind of discombobulate the polar vortex. Again, that's always at the top of the earth. It just depends on it. Is it strong or is it weak and kind of meandering down into the lower latitudes? When it's weak and it meanders down into the lower latitudes of the earth, you have a really cold winter. That's why the polar vortex. That's why you have cold winters and maybe longer winters until the polar vortex goes back up towards the North Pole, basically, the Arctic. This year, what we're seeing is a strengthening polar vortex that's over here on the left. Stable polar vortex. So what that means, as I asked in the banner, what does that mean? What it means is more than likely you're going to see, those of you that experience the winter months in the northern hemisphere, you're going to see probably a mild winter. It's probably not going to get that cold because most of that cold air that can sometimes dip down and collide, with the warmer air and then the cold air. They always say cold air is the boss, and when cold air moves in, the warm air moves out. Well, as long as the cold air stays up north in the higher latitudes of the earth, it's probably going to be a mild winter. It's mild up in Canada. I just got an email from a young lady in north central Canada that said it's very mild right now, and we're almost into January. I mean, we're a week away from January of 2024. So that's what that means. Right now, we're dealing with a very strong and a very a consistent polar vortex, and what's going to become of that is probably a mild winter. And that's why these things are being seen, because the cold air is being contained. It's creating clouds in the stratosphere. There aren't usually clouds in the stratosphere, but check this out. I want to show you guys clouds in the stratosphere. I got a video right over. It's on a different monitor. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this mouse over here for you guys. Here we go. Check this out. Because of the polar vortex, because of the super cold temperatures and the possible mild winter, yeah, you're going to have some cold days. Of course, it's winter, January, February. It's going to get cold. It's been cold out here in Arizona. I mean, cold for here. I mean, 50s, 40s. It got down to, I think, 42 the other night, which I know is not cold at all. But it is for Arizona, for in the Phoenix area. But this is why people are seeing these psychedelic clouds in the sky. It's because of the polar vortex and the clouds that are being formed in the stratosphere. And of course, the sun angle also influences this. The sun angle on December 21st really illuminates anything that could be up in the stratosphere. So when you see these, especially an abundance of them, you're probably going to have a mild winter. When these things aren't dominating the sky in mid to late December, you're probably in for a very cold winter. But anyway, Maura out of Fife, Scotland. Check these out. I mean, these things are absolutely mind-boggling. Look at that sky. Neon green. Are you serious right now? Neon green, visible from Scotland. That was on December 21st, just 3 days ago. It's still occurring, visible from Scotland, the United Kingdom. I got pictures today from northern Italy. Robert out of the United Kingdom, December 21st. Look at all the colors going on up there. Again, strong polar vortex, record-setting cold temperatures in the stratosphere. Creates this right here. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Darren out of Nottinghamshire, England, December 21st. You can see the almost just like an oil spill up in the sky, like a light green, light purple. Carl, United Kingdom, December 21st again. And you can see once again, these are probably some of the same clouds that people were seeing from the United Kingdom on the same day, just maybe at a slightly different time, but more towards the sunset. Alexander out of Norway on also December 21st. You've got the neon green again. Almost these greens almost remind me of aurora, right? I don't know if I've ever seen purple aurora. I've seen red aurora, but these aren't aurora. These are polar stratospheric clouds. And typically there are not clouds in the stratosphere. Dan out of the United Kingdom, December 21st of 2023. This photo is less than 72 hours old, or right at 72 hours old. Almost looks like a psychedelic jet airplane flying through the sky above the United Kingdom. And again, you can't make this stuff up. That's exactly how I got the photo from Dan out of the United Kingdom. And again, that photo is right at 72 hours old, not much older than that. Anthony out of Liverpool, England, December 21st of 2023. Again, this is created by, or it's influenced. I wouldn't say it's necessarily created. The sunlight and the sun angle also play a part in this as well. Otherwise, you would see them year round. It's that steep sun angle and the extreme cold temperatures up in the stratosphere create very photogenic skies, and usually means mild winter. Karen, Bolton, United Kingdom, December 21st of 2023. Just loaded with every color you can imagine: green, yellow, orange, red, pink, blues. Laura out of Fairford, Gloucestershire, December 21st of 2023. A lot of these were from December 21st. Check it out. The sky here's another one, just unbelievable. Looks like a big oil slick up in the sky. And you guys have all seen that when oil spills on especially the surface of water or something like that. You get that colorful sheen. That's what it looks like. But supposedly, from what I understand and what I've read, this is created by the extreme record-setting cold that we're seeing this year. Cold plasma, kind of, in a sense, but basically ice crystals that are forming up in the stratosphere that does not normally have clouds. The stratosphere isn't known for its clouds. Teddy Bear, Newton, England, once again, December 21st of 2023, psychedelic skies. I mean, people have really been drawn to the skies for obvious reasons in Scotland and Ireland and Norway and the United Kingdom. I've gotten photos from Italy, and obviously everywhere in between have been experiencing these clouds. The Netherlands, and they're really super cool. In fact, they're quite beautiful. I read an area today. They were talking about an article today. They were talking about these obviously being the most beautiful clouds on the planet right now, and that's undeniable. They certainly are. Look at that. That's unedited. Are you serious? Look at those clouds. Totally cool. Cambridgeshire, United Kingdom. Kerry Eaton, December 21st of 2023. Just absolutely beautiful. Kev and Jacqueline out of Scotland. Notice the same sky phenomenon on December 21st of 2023. They had a lot more orange. Pappy Dizzle, Lincolnshire, United Kingdom, December 21st of 2023. You can see some light purple, almost a dark pink up there. And then as we zoom in on that big beam in the back, you're going to see that it too is loaded with color. Right here it is, getting in a little bit tighter, a lot of color in the sky. on December 21st. Belinda out of Reading, United Kingdom. A couple of clouds here by themselves, actually about three. Just loaded once again with spectacular colors. And here at the 45 degree, this is what I was talking about earlier, 45-degree north latitude. Bagnano, Italy, Marie. These photos were taken yesterday on December 23rd. And you can see they stretched in the sky as far as they could see in that direction, and obviously right above their location. Everywhere else in the sky was blue. These clouds were up in the stratosphere, being pushed down to the 45-degree north latitude in northern Italy. Are you serious? Wow. Here's a reflection of the sun. We were talking about reflections in yesterday's video, and the moon. A lot of you guys had good points and stuff like that. And I have a lot of comments that I want to get to in my next video regarding the moon. And in fact, Mandy, the young lady from Southern Arizona that saw that object in the sky, she didn't take pictures of it. She did, but she saw it in the sky for an hour in 2022. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but she was in the comment section yesterday of yesterday's video, and she was glad to see that other people noticed it too, because her and her entire family saw it, and it changed their perspective of the sky forever. These here are on an entirely different level. Look at this thing here. Almost looks like a big colorful square in the sky. Are you kidding me? These are above Italy at the 45-degree north latitude. Beautiful sky, beautiful colors. Thanks again for sharing. Really appreciate it. These have been dominating the skies in the mid now and upper latitudes. And these photos that you've just seen came out of northern Italy, and that area would be right here at the 45-degree north latitude. So again, these clouds are originating from the stratosphere that is not known for cloud cover. So very cool stuff. Thank you guys. Really do appreciate the awesome photos, and I put one on the homepage of the website today. The one out of Italy. Very cool stuff. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. So back to the polar vortex. That's what's creating all these colorful clouds in the sky. Is a very strong polar vortex. One over here on the right. Here's two examples of the polar vortex, and the one on the right, if it looked like that, it would be a very cold winter and probably a very long winter. But this year, right now, it looks like this over here. So you're probably going to see, because all that cold air right now is being contained in the upper latitudes of the Earth. It's not wandering around too much. So, and it's a good thing, because the temperatures up there, as of right now, and the last few days have been record-setting, record lows in the polar vortex. So thankfully, it's staying contained at the upper latitudes of the Earth. If it starts to wander, which it doesn't look like it's going to, it's actually getting stronger. Probably thanks to El Nino. So we could see a mild winter this year in the mid latitudes in the northern hemisphere. So thanks to the stable polar vortex. What else have I got over here? I've got more colorful clouds to share with you guys, I think. Oh yeah, here we go. Just some stuff, random stuff to share with you guys. It's hard to see. Somebody wanted to see the avatar. This is the avatar, or this is what I use, because they didn't think it was me. It is me. Yeah, this is me. This is me. Okay, here we go. This is kind of a weird picture here. I don't even know how this happened, but it did. Check this out. Photo sent in by Mo out of Theodore, Alabama. Just going to share some random stuff with you guys that I've had for a while. He couldn't help but notice what looked like a giant handprint in the sky. And you can put your hand on there, and it looks like your thumb, the inner part of your thumb, your index finger, your middle finger, and ring finger. Look at that. It could be both ways. It could be your right hand or your left hand. That's what compelled him to take the photo of the sky. And not only one, but this is a different one from a different location. What is going on? These hands up in the sky. This photo was sent in by Walter Clark, not sure of the location. I know the photo on right here was out of Alabama by Mo Simmons. This one here, not quite sure of the location, but it was shared also this week. This one was shared this week. Just weird stuff that you don't see every day, super unique stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. What do we got going on here? Big jumbo halo around the moon. This photo was sent in by Danny from just a few days ago. And I got more photos of a giant halo around the moon just today. I don't know if it was taken, these photos were taken last night. I know this one was. This photo was taken during the last full moon. But yeah, okay, this one here is kind of hard to explain. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know how to explain it. I don't think it has anything to do with the colorful clouds that we're seeing in the sky. Um, Wait a minute. Okay, this is a different one. So I got two that I want to share with you guys. Where's the other one? I don't know what I did with that one. We'll have to do that one. Wait a minute. Aha. Okay, we're going to come back to this one. I want to share this one with you guys, because it has to do with color. And we've been seeing color up in the stratosphere in the form of these they call them nacreous clouds, polar stratospheric clouds. This just happens to kind of coincide with these colorful clouds, but it can't have anything to do with the clouds. There's no way. But you're going to see something very bizarre that we never see on the ISS live cam. And this was sent in by Joe M. And it goes back to just a few days ago, December 19th of 2023 at 9:10 p.m. Here we go. Check this out. Just cruising along, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, unexpectedly, that happens. Where did that come from? I remember one time a while back when the space station, for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's got something to do with the sun angle, if it's got something to do with um, maybe some sort of a weird pulse, I have no idea. But I can remember the space station orbiting the Earth, and for hours, the feed was purple. And it may have been like that for a couple of days. This just happened randomly, just for a second, and then went away. Um, and it didn't come back as far as he knew, but that happened about 5 days ago. Here, I just kind of replayed it so you guys could see it again. Some sort of a weird anomaly. Then it went to the commercial or whatever you want to call it. It went offline right after that happened. But I guess it happened actually not only once, but twice, and then went offline. So just kind of a weird anomaly, a lot of weird things going on up there at the space station. Nelson, Mary Hall, they're always finding really cool, interesting things from the space station. Nelson Jenks, this goes back to December 1st of 2023. You see that? Let's take another look. Watch. Watch on the right-hand side of the screen. All right. What was that? Here we go. Okay, you can see more of those. There went one. Don't I'll let you guys decide. Check that out. Look at the white objects entering the field of view. See them? You got one here, and then you got another one coming down here. This was observed by Nelson December 1st of 2023. Then you got these flashing lights. Now, the flashing lights, in all fairness, they could be lightning. They could be the tops of clouds. That happens. I've seen them before, but they're usually not as subtle as what we're seeing here. And as colorful. These are, like you just saw, one was green. You're going to see more that have color. And they're usually, if it's lightning, a lot bigger. So I don't know what we've got going on here. Mysterious either way. There goes the other white object. And then you've got these bursts of light that are just randomly appearing. Now, those look like classic lightning. These don't. And that first one was moving across the field of view. Usually lightning does not do that. Just more weird behavior. There's a lot of weird stuff going on up in the skies above the earth, especially here recently. And these last few years, there's been an increase in I'll say, at least from my personal perspective, because I get a lot of photos and videos from you guys involving things in the sky from all around the world. I've noticed, and I will say, with regard to an increase, maybe it's because of the conception of the smartphones. People have the ability to record these things, but I've also noticed an increase from right up here in the space station live feed. You can see that thing over on the right-hand side. Once again, look at that. That doesn't look like lightning. It looks like it's moving across the field of view. It was in 4 frames in different places each time. Started out as almost a light green. Look at that thing. Look at that. Anyway, super bizarre. Nelson, he watches the space station super close as well. A lot of you guys are really on that space station, and it's always got something unique to offer. And that was one of many. I've got many more that I'm working on. I'm working on a lot of different videos and various things to share with you guys here coming up. Have some, Myrtle Beach. Here we go. We're going to Myrtle Beach. Check this out. You're going to see the sky sparkle with all kinds of mysterious lights. And these are just videos that I want to share with you guys that I've had on my desktop. I got a whole folder here. I've got another folder up there, another folder on this desktop that I'm still working on, actually. But check this out. This is from Myrtle Beach. Goes back to December 13th of 2023, just over 10 days ago. And Renee noticed this activity, strange activity, on Myrtle Beach. Check it out. Original video over here on the left. I zoom in on the right so you guys can see what she was seeing and what compelled her to take this video in the first place. Here we go. I don't think these are drones, but I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Check it out. See them? There appear to be several. How many? It's impossible to say, but they're very bright. Those right there in that cluster, they look like they're on on points of a triangle that you can't see. But there's other ones. Look at that, and they're super bright. Anybody else notice that? Myrtle Beach about 10 days ago, 10 nights ago. Very bright ones right there. These aren't Chinese lanterns. Obviously, they're not airplanes, not helicopters. There was no sound. You can hear the water along the beach. Super weird, right? Get videos like this pretty much every day. I mean, people are really seeing a lot of things in the sky around the world. I mean, a lot. And it seems like I get a lot of things in the fall. I've noticed an increase in October, November, and so far in December. And December has been very busy. I have an entire folder of things that I'm working on that you guys I know are gonna love. But I gotta get the presentation down right. Some of this stuff is hard to see. Like these things at first were hard to see until I zoomed in, and then obviously you can see them quite well. But the sky was loaded with these blinking lights. Just came out of nowhere, just super random. At times, I kind of thought they formed, or at least right here, they looked like they were on the corner of a triangle craft that may have been sitting there right there. Those two, it's hard to stop because they were blinking so fast. Yeah, right there was one, two. I don't know. They kind of formed a triangle, at least temporarily, but not for very long. But for some reason, on this night, December 13th, Renee noticed the sky loaded. I can't even stop it. They're moving so fast. There you go. Notice the sky just at least in this location, full of random blinking lights that made no sound. They weren't Chinese lanterns. They would just flash and disappear. I don't know if it was the same lights that maybe reflashed somewhere else, but there appeared to be several of these things in the sky right along the shoreline of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So cool video sent in by Renee, once again going back to December 13th of 2023. Thank you, Renee. Really appreciate that. What else we got over here? Got some ominous storm clouds to share with you guys. This one here was sent in by Laura Cross out of Fort Mojave, Arizona. Almost looks like some sort of a ship sitting in the sky. Check it out. That's unedited. Check it out. And there's no mountains over there. Sometimes mountains and the updrafts from mountains will cause the clouds to make these weird configurations. There's no mountains over there. So how does something like that form and just sit in the sky? And that's obviously what they were taking a picture of, was the very unique, almost ship-like shape of the clouds above Fort Mojave, Arizona. Very cool. Thanks for the photo. Appreciate that. Nice job. Here we go. This almost looks like a strand of licorice in the sky. Sent by Edward Madrid out of Madera Ranchos, California. Look at that. Big spiral in the sky. Looks like a giant ice cream cone or a churro, white churro in the sky. Look at that. How does that happen? And it's really the only cloud in the sky. The big white churro in the sky above California. Photo is from December, or at least I got it in December of 2023. Just weird to get photos like that all the time from all over the place. Give it a load of this one here, huh? Check it out. Windy out of Louisiana. Massive shelf cloud that extends as far as we can see in the visible field of view in both directions. Just an incredible structure, and I'd say this is almost looks like a pano photo. Otherwise, I don't think she'd have been able to get all that in one independent photo. This is a pano, so this is probably spanning, oh wow, several miles that we can see, at least in the sky. We can see that way a long ways, and then that very ominous looking skyline above Louisiana. And that photo is from a while back. I've had that photo actually for a couple of days. Let's see what else we got, guys. Another ominous looking sky. Alec Reagan. Not sure of the location. I can tell it's in the south by the presence of all of these palm trees. So I know this was somewhere in the tropics, maybe the subtropics. I'm not quite sure, but it was sent in by Alec from just a few days ago. Very ominous looking sky. What looks like this is what compelled him to take the picture anyway, was this feature right here. Looked like a big disc or something hanging down amongst the other natural looking, obviously dark, stormy looking clouds. But it was this right here. That's what compelled him to take that photo of the stormy skies above his location, somewhere in the south. Not sure exactly where, because he didn't say. I'm waiting to hear back, but I can tell by the palm trees it's somewhere warm, and it's somewhere where they just had rain. Could have been somewhere out of South Florida, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, what do we got in Costa Rica? Oh, thank you guys. Who did that? Thank you, Ocean. That's very kind. I really appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. That was super kind. Um, we're going now to Costa Rica. Coming in for a landing in this aircraft, and this video was sent in just recently by Christian Newton, and it was up at around 40,000 feet. They were getting ready to land, and they took this video out the window of this airplane. As you can clearly see, we're in an airplane. Notice what they notice off in the distance over here. See it? See that right there, kind of hiding in the clouds? Wow, it doesn't look like the rest of the clouds at all. Here I just did a simple inversion. Check it out. And you can see that right there doesn't look like any of the other clouds that are in the field of view. The rest of them are in this format. The clouds that we can see, the natural looking clouds, are dark in nature in this format. That thing up there looks out of place, doesn't look like anything else in the sky. Right there it is. And it probably wasn't visible from the ground. It was visible from this unique perspective in this aircraft. And they were observant enough to look out the window and see that thing just kind of hanging around in the sky, probably using the cloud as camouflage. But the airplane had a perfect view of that sitting in the sky above Costa Rica. Wow. Nice job. So this video here, I think I used one more format. Yeah, right here. See it over there? Right there is a decent view of it. Look at that. Totally obvious there's a structure over there. Look at the straight line. I mean, it's perfectly straight. It looks like an aerodynamic craft. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's right there. They saw it out the window of an airplane, and it was tucked in behind those clouds over there. Doesn't look like anything else in the field of view right there. And that thing is probably, if I had to guess, wow, 500 feet, maybe 700 feet long. That's decent size. Now, it's not real thick. That's why I say it's, probably aerodynamic. It looks like it's got a concave, smoother top, but it's got a very straight, distinct line on the bottom. There was something parked in the clouds over there. Look at that thing. It doesn't look like anything else in the sky. That definitely doesn't look like a natural cloud. There's a good view of it right there. Now, it looks a little distorted right there. That's because of the thickness of the atmosphere. That's why it's atmospheric optics. But there was something over there that did not look like a natural cloud. Look at it right there's a good view of it right there. Super straight lines on the bottom of that thing. And I used 3 different formats. That one, this one, and then of course, actually I used 2. And this is the original. Then I used this format here and this format there. And there was clearly something very large, probably bigger than this airplane, sitting in the sky above Costa Rica. Once again, video sent in by Christian Newton. Thank you, Christian. Really appreciate that. Super cool stuff. All right, guys, I think that's all I really have. I want to say hi to Team Alaska. What's up, Team Alaska? I got to take these shades off, guys, so I can say hi to you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. With these on, it's very difficult to see what's going on in the chat room, and I have the brightness turned up. But there have been a few people say, hey, man, where's your hat and your glasses? Is that really you? Yes, it's really me. This is me. The photo with the hat and the glasses was just a casual photo that was randomly taken one day. And we just decided to go with it. And that's why it wasn't by design. It was not planned out. I'm just trying to look at all the things that I have. Oh, yeah, about the Oort cloud. These comets, they dive back towards the sun. In the way I view them, probably because that's where they came from. How else can you explain how they can fight against that solar wind and even dive towards the sun to begin with? I mean, that's a pretty tall undertaking to go up against that mighty solar wind, but we see them do it quite often. And we saw another one actually dove in just a few hours ago, or at least it went by the sun. So cool stuff. And then again, these photos here, they go without saying. I mean, again, the strong polar vortex this year. So more than likely, it's going to be a mild winter. Jeff Powers, how's everybody doing? Gina from New York, just trying to say hi to a few guys and gals over there. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Wearing the hat and the glasses by request. But just so you know, when I have the glasses on, it's very difficult, if not impossible, for me to to see the chat. So I'm going to take the glasses off. I've worn most of the video. I'm going to go back to these glasses so I can say, hey, Team Alaska, what's up? Thank you. I appreciate that. Faith DS, aren't these beautiful pictures? I mean, you have to admit, these are absolutely incredible. And you got to keep in mind, these are associated with the stratosphere. They're named after the stratosphere. Susan Donahue at Team Alaska, greetings from Timbuktu, huh? All right, it's nobody. Rebecca Hopkins. There's the world's greatest moderator in the chat room, as always. Good job, moderator. Thank you. What's up, JP Bass Sr. from Arkansas, Kathy Rennick. And Kathy, there you go. Kathy got it. Chemicals don't have color. Kathy's a smart lady, right? Smart gal, that Kathy. Good job, Kathy. You're right. Okay. And those of you that know, Kathy's probably from the upper latitudes. I grew up in the winter regions of planet Earth, so I'm no stranger to sub-zero temperatures. I've been there, done that. I prefer the warmer climate. I don't like the 110s and 120s, going to be totally honest. But the rest of it, yeah, very much so. But one thing I remember looking back growing up is in the cold climate, when the exhaust would come out of cars when it was, say, 5 degrees outside, the temperature was below freezing, especially when it was well below freezing. The exhaust that would come out of the tailpipe of cars, if you were sitting at an intersection, the exhaust would come out. It was colorless, just like Kathy said, and that's carbon monoxide. Colorless, odorless, basically, and other things too. But it had no color, and it disappeared. When it would hit the atmosphere, it would disappear in a matter of seconds. It wouldn't stick around very long. It would come out the tailpipe of the car and would be gone in a matter of 2 seconds. It just didn't last. But yeah, I definitely prefer the warmer air. Gonna be honest, but I like snow. I like one snow, and then that's about it. Looks like the power is back on for the majority of Maine. Still have 1,721 customers without power in Maine, but so far, as of right now, the map looks great. No major power outages anywhere in the U.S. I don't have access to the Canadian power outages. I'm sorry, I don't know where to get that. I know it's probably available, and I know during that last storm, there were power outages up in eastern Canada. Absolutely, there were. But this particular website here only monitors the power outages in the U.S. Lindy Kaz, thank you, Lindy Kaz. That's very kind. You guys are super nice. I really appreciate that. Where was I? Oh, what was we talking about? I just wanted to say hi to a few people over here. Oh, about the chemicals being colorless. Yeah, they sure are. So these are created by ice and the super cold temperatures up in the stratosphere. And again, the stratosphere is not known for its clouds. So wow, very, very cool stuff. And if you guys see these photos, if you're in that range in the United Kingdom, Scotland, Norway, Ireland, Italy, like this photo here, send your pictures and we'll share them. You can send the pictures to reports at MrMBB333.com. These are the ones. I'll just show you. Here we go. Whoop. Let me pull this folder over here. Here's the ones that I got today. Right here they are. Belinda and Marie, and I probably got some more. I got some more email to go through, but these are the photos that I got today. I have a lot that I got yesterday and the day before, called the psychedelic skies. But if you guys want to share some photos, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you have videos to share, and you can also share pictures. In fact, these pictures right here that you see from Italy were in this Dropbox right here. So if you have photos you'd like to share, and this is easier, by all means use this. Come over here to the homepage of the website. You can always find a link down below in the description box, or it's MrMBB333.com. Very simple. Click on this red banner that says, have a large video. When you click on that, it's going to take you to here. It's a simple Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos in the Dropbox, photos, put in as many as you like. But just at the very least, your first name, date, and location. That's it. Name, date, and location. And you don't even have to put your last name. If you don't feel comfortable putting your last name, don't. Just whatever you feel comfortable with. But at least, and you can put anonymous, but at least the location. It's kind of hard to share a photo and not know the location. So, in fact, I'm still waiting to hear back from Tom on the location of the anomaly that he saw in the sky that looked like what Mandy saw from southern Arizona. Tom also said it was in the sky from his location, and I'm waiting to hear back from Tom on where he saw that at. He saw it in the sky too. Mandy saw it 13 months ago. Tom saw it just this past week. And we're going to wait and see if it shows up again in January of 2025. Can I do a live check for any unusual? William, I don't know. I don't know if I can do. I can, I suppose, but that's not something I necessarily do. 9 a.m. Christmas Day in Sydney, Mark 2. You know it is. Wow. Merry Christmas to everybody in Australia. It's already the 25th. That is so cool. Thanks for joining the live stream. Space stuff. Have you heard or learned anything about the large object seen next to the moon? Not any more than I've shared with you guys already in a video. I've received more photos and a couple of videos of what could be something visible next to the moon. I just got them today. I don't have them ready to share with you guys yet. I'll share them in the next video. I'll get right on them and start working on them. But as to answer your question, no, I have not learned any more other than what I've shared with you guys. Mandy reached out. Mandy was super excited that somebody else noticed this in the sky too. Mandy's the first person that saw it from southern Arizona. So when it showed up again, she was super excited. So just keep an eye on the moon. And for all I know, it could be gone for this year. I know it's not up there all the time. But yes, to answer your question, Lindy Katz. Okay, I'm clicking on that. There we go. Or space stuff. No, I haven't learned anything necessarily new. Everything I've learned up to this point, I've shared with you guys extensively in yesterday's live stream. I really tried to explain that to the very best of my ability, the way I see it, and those people saw something. I know Mandy saw it. She saw it. She observed it for the better part of an hour in the sky. Wasn't something she went out and just took videos of. She saw it. She watched it. She observed it. She said it looked dark. It was very hard to see, and it wasn't reflective. She said it showed a little bit of light, but she said for the most part it was a dark looking object in the sky. And it reminded me when Tom sent the video in. It reminded me of what Mandy saw. Tom said he saw it too. He said it was undeniable. There's something in the sky. So I think there is too, just based off of what they shared. So what's going on over here in the comment section? What is the blue kachina? Yeah, it's already Christmas in Australia. Yay! Merry Christmas, everybody in Australia. And I think, where are we at? Yeah, I'm going to wrap this live stream up for today. But I wanted to share with you guys what I know and what I've learned and about these colorful clouds that people are seeing in the sky now clear down into the 45-degree north latitude in northern Italy. I mean, these people were shocked when they looked up and saw these in the sky from northern Italy. Again, these are called polar stratospheric clouds, and the stratosphere isn't known for clouds. But what's causing this is the very strong polar vortex that is probably going to create a mild winter for those of you that experience winter in the northern hemisphere, especially in the mid latitudes. Now, up in the Arctic area, obviously it's going to get very cold, like it always does. But down in the lower latitudes, in the say, I don't know, 40-degree latitude, 45-degree latitude, 50-degree latitudes, you guys are probably going to see a mild winter thanks to the strong polar vortex that's creating some of the most beautiful clouds that we've ever seen because of the record-setting cold that is, for the time being, staying up in the Arctic Circle and the polar vortex. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Thanks for all your photos and videos. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. You can also send photos and videos to the red banner you see here at the homepage of the website. As I showed you earlier, it's simply a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos and photos in the Dropbox. I check it every morning. All right, guys, that's all I got today. Merry Christmas. Thanks for stopping by. Have a super day. And be safe out there.